Because I feel like where I'm at now is just the way it unfolded to me, it like surprises me. I've been a professional photographer for over 30 years, probably almost 35 years. And that's all I've ever wanted to do. I've always done that. And during the pandemic, we all got sat down for a good 9 months and weren't able to do any of those creative things that I love doing. And I found myself on Clubhouse. Remember Clubhouse?
I do
Found
remember
myself on
Clubhouse.
Clubhouse and on Zoom doing consultations, which always did do consultations, but it was always in person. Like you would come to my studio and I would talk you through things and we would figure things out. But I found myself like I didn't know before the pandemic that was a standalone thing that I could do. I didn't ever think of it.
Mhm.
And then I started talking on business conferences about branding, and because my passion right now, the last 10 years, is really figuring out how your headshot should be one of the biggest parts of your marketing strategy and how to get the emotion to actually draw the attention of your ideal clients. I spent a lot of years really diving deep and talking to actors and casting directors because that's what actors do. They use their headshot as their first audition. To even get an audition, they have to be picked. So that just came out and started talking about branding. And this guy tells me, "You're the headshot strategist." And if I could tell you how hard I rolled my eyes, that's like, that is so dumb. And I just put my little smile on. I was like, okay. He's like, "You should trademark that or whatever." And I was like, "Okay." And then I kept thinking about it. And I was laying in bed with my husband that night. And I was like, "You know what? I am the headshot strategist." Literally do that. Because my tagline has always been, your headshot should be one of the biggest parts of your marketing strategy.
Mhm.
And so within 3 weeks, I had the name registered. I had a whole standalone program. And I started doing that with people and it took off. If I've ever done anything in my life that took off, it was this. It was like, oh, wow, people really like this. And people from all over the world were doing this 45-minute Zoom call with me where we went through and then I gave them what they needed to take to their local photographers. And then people were like, "Do you know any photographers in my area?" And I'm like, "No, I don't know any photographers." And I was like, "All right, I'll do like a 2-hour webinar and I'll teach photographers this." Well, that 2-hour webinar quickly turned into a 26-week certification course and a whole community, a whole world, a whole standalone thing. So now I said all that to say now, really, what I do is I help other photographers run thriving photography businesses. And so that's the long story of it. It's just, it made itself. Like I didn't have the idea and figure out how to make it. It happened.